Hello, I'm going to show you how do we implement the third sprint, where we are going to implement the front end for the web services we have implemented in the second sprint. So basically what I'm going to do is I've already defined the sprint, and what I've done is I have my two stories here, okay, that I want to implement. So I want to implement the create a new course execution in the front end, and I need to implement the list of course executions. So basically, this is going to be in the same web page. So what I want to do is I want to have the list of course executions, so I can see the course executions list there, and then I can click in a button and add a new course execution. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do basically is I'm going to implement the story, the list course executions. And I define two tasks now. Maybe I will find more tasks afterwards. But now the two tasks is, the one is the setup, the routing and page. And the second is the implement the page. So in this first video, I'm going to show you this activity of the implementation of this task of setting up the routing and page. So what is setting up the routing and page? Basically, I need to do several things. The first thing I need to do is to change the login. Why? Because now I have the administrator, and if you remember, you see that this is the login, right? I have a demo, a student, demos as a teacher, and I need to have demo as an administrator. So the final result I want to have is something like this, okay? So to do it, basically, what I'm gonna do is I need to define to change the login. So I need to have it in the web page. So this login, and then I need to connect with the remote server and set it up. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do here in the store. Then I'm gonna show that to you. Then I'm gonna invoke the request login, okay, on the server, and then I want to change the toolbar. Where I want to change the toolbar. Basically, when I log in, now I need to have this. So I need to change this toolbar so that after login, I have something like this. And this includes the routing. I will explain the routing. And finally, I want to have an empty view. Basically, it's just the page where all the functionality will be implemented, which will be the goal of the second task. So I want to basically just, when I click on Manage Courses, now it's just a page that the only thing that says is Create Course. Okay? Are you ready? So let's go for it. So what is going to be the first thing? So the first thing, I need to go to the web storm and I look for my home. Okay, components. This is the top bar. This is the store. In the views, I have the home view. Okay. Let's see what do I have in home view. So this page, this home view, is actually what you get here. So I need to change this page to add one icon more there, right? And an event so that I can, when I click it, I do something. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, if you start reading it, we'll see here. So if it is login, and look, I have this. I have demo buttons here, and I have 3 buttons here, and one is graduation cap. So these are the icons. I just define a new icon, user cog, which is actually, you can easily identify it. Log out. This is the new icon. So this is the button, right? So let me see how the button was implemented. So basically what I have, I define this button. So basically, I just added this button to the previous page. So I had 2 buttons, now I have 3 buttons, and I have here an event that says on click, I invoke this method, demo admin. Let's see what is demo admin. Okay, so demo admin is a function, an asynchronous function, that what it's going to do is going to dispatch to the store. Look is this. So it does dispatch to the store this demo admin login. Okay, so the store is a central entity that is shared by all the pages, and we need to go there and to define what happens when I ask the store to perform a demo admin login. Okay, so where is the store? The store is here, and so this is the store. We'll see a little bit more about the store, and we'll find that it has several actions here. The action section of the store, and I add here a new action associated with this demo admin login. Okay, good. So what are we going to do here? When I click on this event, I come to the store, and in the store I'm going to perform this action, and this action is going to be a commit action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a remote invocation to the server to do the login. The server is going to send me an object, and I'm going to use this object to store in this context, doing a commit. Okay? So what is the object? Do you see this remote services admin login? Well, remote services admin login is in services and is remote services there. So in remote services, we have so this object contains all the invocations from the front end to the back end, to the server. So the demo admin login is this one. And look what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is just I do a get. This is the get. And when I receive a response, I create an auto DTO with the data of the response, and I create a promise so that I manage all the returns here with promises. Okay, so that the caller is blocks waiting for the data. Okay, so it does the invocation, and when it tries to access the data, if the invocation has not yet finished because it's synchronous, it waits there that the data is available. So what is this call? Well, now we need to look in the server side. So to look in the server side, we'll have this autocontroller, and we have seen here, look, auto demo admin, which is returning an auto DTO, authorization DTO, okay? So look, this is what I'm invoking there. I'm receiving this. This object on this side, I need to have objects that actually represent the DTOs on the other side. So I can observe this, and this DTO basically contains the token and the user, which, if you sync, is the same that is sent on the other side. So the DTOs are used to send information from one side to the other. Spring Boot transforms this into JSON, and then the front end receives it as JSON, okay, as expected. So this is the DTO. And what are we going to do in the store with this DTO? We are going to use it to commit in login, okay? So I'm going to say that I want this to be submitted to occur now. So where is this login implemented? Receiving, look, the DTO here, right? So this login is implemented here as a mutation, okay? And we are gonna receive this information and store it in the state. What is the state? So the main idea here is that you have the front end, And the store is the part that contains what is common. It's like a global variable. And it may have all the disadvantages of the global variables, but it has some advantage in the sense that it's a shared state that basically I can use for all the interfaces. So you should be really careful about what you store here, but definitely tokens, information about the user, you should store it here. Why? Because they are almost immutable, because basically you log in and you have the information forever. And almost every piece of your front-end code needs to assess this, needs to say who is the user, okay? Where is the token so that I can call the server and authenticate myself, okay? So, or not authenticate, and get authorization using this token, okay? So that's what we are doing here. So you just define the token and you store it in the state. So see what is the state. So in all the application you have seen, the only information you have shared for the complete front end is the token, the user, what is the current course, and yes, the error message. When you click and we have this error message on top, we store it here and then we clean it. Okay? And the loading, basically the loading is just to avoid that you do other actions until things finish. Okay, when something is pending. So very few things we have here, okay? But these are almost, so when you start working, when you change the current course, only when you go to the interface and say, I want to change the course I'm working here, okay? But working with, but then most of the functionalities just say, what is the current course? What is the current course? So we are going to read it. So what we have seen so far, well, let's redo it. So what we have seen is that we have seen this button, okay? Then we click, basically, you say to the store, hey, do this action, demo admin. In the action, we have the demo admin login, and we invoke the servers through the remote services. You get the response and use this commit to do a mutation and invoke this login here, and basically we store the information, okay? So what we need to do next, I've logged in. Now, if I change the information about login, I should change the interface. I should move to an interface, look, I should move to an interface where basically what I'm gonna do after this, I want to change this interface. So what I want to do, I need to change this. So where do I change this? Well, I have a top bar that describes this. And basically what I'm going to say is that, hey, look, I'm going to say in the top bar, if you are an admin user, then I'm going to see something different. So that's basically what I'm going to do in the top bar. Let me see, where is the top bar? Components, the top bar is there, okay? So what have we done in the top bar? Basically, the top bar, we have here a component, and we have here a set of methods that are useful. And the method that I have added here is this isAdmin. So in the top bar, I need to know whether I'm working, whether I'm a teacher, whether I'm logged in, whether I'm a teacher, whether I'm admin, whether I'm a student. So where is this information stored? Well, easy. In the store, right? Because we just log in and we store this information. Let's see how it is implemented in store. So what I do here, I get is student, and it's going to return a Boolean. And this is basically store getters is student. Where is this information implemented? Well, I go to the store, and in the store, I have this isAdmin here, right? And so this is a getter. So in the store, you have getters, setters, mutators, in the sense that you can change the store and then you get information from the store. Now I'm just getting information from the store, okay? And what I'm doing is first, I see if the token exists, Okay? This is a strange thing, but this is a way to transform, in TypeScript, transform a string into a Boolean. Okay? So if the token exists and the user is different from null, and if the state user, look, I'm working with state, token, and user. The information I just received from the login when I log in the backend. So if the role is admin and the role is demo admin, because I have these two roles, I say, oh, you're an admin user. So I get this information here, and where I'm going to use this information. Now you may be a bit lost in this part, but do you know what is this long part? The top bar. And look, when I log out and when I come in as a teacher, this is long, right? So I need actually to define this part. So what I've done is, so I have a navigation drawer there, and in navigation drawer I have created an administration group. The same way I have a management group, which is the teacher, and a student group. I'm just going to show it to you, close it, and a student group, that is the menu when you have the student role, okay? And then look, and this is logged in basically. So these are what is on the top bar, and basically I just added to the top bar the following information. Look, if I am admin, what I'm going to show, I'm going to write administration, and then the icon and the manage courses. Okay? An icon and the manage courses inside. Okay? Administration in the template, then I have a vlist type item, and then I have vlist item action. Okay? And that's it. Look, what is this vlist item? I have an address there. And now comes the last part. So the address is what happens when I'm going to click there. And what is going to happen when I click there? I just go and I get the page, right? So where is this page? Okay, let's do it. So this page is basically in this router. This is a router. Let's see a router. So in the router is where I associate with each one of these addresses a particular view object. And the view object is the object that is going to be executed when I click on this address. So I route to that object. So in my case, what I've defined, so this is the routers we have. So basically, look, I have this URL management. Look here, management questions, management topics. In your case of your interface, student available, student create, student solved. So I'm basically mapping all. So I have in the top bar I have the URLs, and now I pick this URL and say, okay, who is going to serve this URL? Okay, which object? And what I've defined, I create admin / courses, and it's going to address it is courses view. Okay, so I create this courses view, which actually is the one that is going to present this. Another thing that is relevant is that I'm having this required authorization admin. What is the required? Is access control. Only an admin can do it, and this is defined here. So before each routing, it checks whether in the meta information I have the required, so this is the control, the access control from the side of the client. We have seen the access control from the side of the server and also from the client. Okay, so basically I guarantee that only the admin can do this. Okay, and what I'm doing here, so I define this path and I define this name. Okay, and I have the courses view. What is the courses view? So the courses view is my page. That now that we are starting, I'm going to implement the courses view in the next task. The courses view is in the views part. I create a directory that is admin. I have the courses and I have here inside this package courses view. Okay, actually, because I'm referring it here as a component, it should be declared, and it's here. Where is it? Courses view. It's here. Okay, so you need to import it, basically. Okay, and what is inside courses view? Well, a pretty simple object now. This is the view part. This is the controller part. This is the style part. The style is empty. The control basically is empty, so only the component is an empty class. And the view part contains only an header saying courses view. And that's it, courses view. I hope you enjoy. Okay, this is very well-structured view. So as you can manage these small parts and put them together, we'll see that it's quite easy to implement new pages and so on. So what we have done now is, so it's what you need to do at the beginning of the project is just say, well, where is going to be my functionality? Okay, where is going to be my story? And then you decide whether it is in a new tab or it is so here or inside, and then it just, in your case, is in the student. Actually, you need to do much less that I've done because I create a login and things like that, but you already have the login for the student part and for the teacher part, but you need to put some links there so that you access your page. And as soon as you define your page, in the next part, you're going to implement. So what I'm going to implement there, the list of courses. Enjoy.